If you are overwhelmed and you cannot keep it all together, the house is a mess, work is suffering, the kids are running amok, and life is just hard, don't despair. There really is hope. I'm Margaret. I'm a virtual organizer, which means I work with people all over the United States to help them figure out where life is jumbled, where it's broken. Honestly, it's probably not everything that's broken. It's probably just a few key spots, and I help people identify those. So one of the things that I find is there is often one person in the household, a lot of times it's mom, not always, but a lot of times, who is doing everything. She's the chauffeur, the cook, the bottle washer, the cleaner, you name it. I want to talk today just a really little bit about delegating. This is a word that we hear a lot in the business world. Everybody knows that one person can't do it all, and so we delegate. Guess what? You can do it at home too. How do you do that? Well, there's probably some areas you've thought of, and there's probably some areas you have not thought of that I want to share. First and foremost is there's two other folks in the family, typically, that need to be sharing the workload. That's kids and spouse. If your kids aren't helping around the house, I always want to say why. I'm not going to say you're bad. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm going to say why. I help people figure that out. Is it because you don't know how to train them? You didn't know you could train them. Maybe you thought you were being mean having them do too much. Maybe you've tried and it hasn't worked. That should not stand like that. Kids need to be helping, and we need to fix that problem. Maybe it's your spouse. Now your spouse is by definition a grown-up, not one of the kids. We treat them differently. There is both kids and spouse, we communicate, but with a spouse there's just a different level of respect and living with what they want to do that maybe you don't have to do with kids. However, there are ways to communicate with your spouse, some compromises that you can come up with, and I'm going to post some other videos in the links below, the comments below, so that you can see some things that I've done on that. But have you considered getting a house cleaner? Now you might be thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not that rich person that can have a house cleaner. You know what? Check into this. Getting somebody to come to your house and not clean every week or even maybe every other week, but coming in once a month can be so helpful. It just takes that edge off. Is that even kind of a budget buster for you? Have them come in once a month and do the kitchen and the bathrooms. You will be amazed at how much it takes off of you. Same with landscaping. That can cost a lot of money, but you can have somebody come in the spring and or the fall and do sort of a yard cleanup. There are people that mow the lawn very reasonably. Don't automatically say no to these things. Check them out. Find out, are there some trade-offs? Can you let go of something else that is sort of more entertainment related to help with this work related item so that you can delegate to somebody else? Looking at my cheat sheet here, laundry. You know what? There are laundry services. You don't have to use them all the time, but maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter, you just send it all out to give yourself a little bit of a break. Something else I'd like to suggest is cooking services. I don't know if that's quite the right name for them, but I'm talking about like Fresh Plate, Every Plate, those kind of things. You can have them bring food for a week or two. What you may or may not know is you're not committed to forever for those services, those subscription services. You can turn them on and you can turn them off. So maybe let's say it's a week that company is coming later in the week and you're going to be busy with cleaning the house. Well, you know what? Turn on your food service so it takes care of that shopping, that menu planning for the week. Not all of these ideas are for everybody, but you know what? There's always a way to make it better. If it's exhausting to figure it out, if you feel like you've tried everything and it's not working, that's what I'm here for. Let me help.